Hello everybody, how are we doing today? I normally don't do this in the morning. I think probably part of the reason I don't do it in the morning is because I'm tired in the morning. I'm not as chipper. A lot of people say, you look chipper, you look fantastic. Well, not always, but you try. So I figured in the morning I better do something in the morning to show people that I kind of ease into the day a lot of times. I try to get good sleep, but I don't always. I've always had sleep issues. So sometimes I just sit in bed and kind of count ceiling tiles and drawers and think about all the things I got to do. But I try to relax and had fun last night anyways, talking to people on Facebook and doing a lot of YouTube stuff and looking up comedies and fight scenes and all that stuff. And I actually had a lot of fun last night. So anyway, today is Saturday, March 23rd, I think. Today I just thought I'd share with you a few things that's going on in my life and what I'm doing. Now, first thing is, I'll show you, I'm wearing gloves today, so my hands sting right now. It's 68 degrees in this house, my hands sting. So picking up something like this, or something like this, and put it down sends a little shock, a little like electric shock. It's like if your hand fell asleep and stayed asleep for a long time. That's what it feels like. Clapping hurts, anything like that. Grabbing a bar, that's partly why I can't weight lift on these days. Or punching a bag always hurts, so I try to warm them up. Once they warm up, they feel good. That's why it's difficult to go out on these kinds of days. So anyways, I thought I'd share with you some of the supplements that I use on a daily or semi-regular basis. I don't always do these every day, but this is kind of my menu of stuff. So I'll start with saying I take a multivitamin, a men's multivitamin. I take fish oil. I take like 4 or 5, 6, 7 a day if I remember it. Vitamin C I take, good for keeping you healthy. Iron, because my red blood count was low. When I first went in, it was around 28, which is pretty low. 24, I need an infusion. So spinach, iron, iron tabs. My blood count is back to 37, which is still on the low normal range, but it's much better than it was, and I still huff and puff trying to keep up with the spin instructor. It's killing me. I take a zinc to try to ward off coughs, a vitamin B for energy, magnesium, folic acid, and D3. And D3 is really important around Western New York, especially in the wintertime, because the sun's not out. We make D3 by the sun. I don't claim to be an expert in any of these things, but I do know that D3 you make as you are in the sun, so we lack sun, and D3 is good because for some way, and again, most of you probably know more than I do, in some way the D3 has a positive effect. Let's just say it that way. Any of you medical people can respond on my post. This is my muscle milk. I take a whey protein. I don't take it every day. I should take it every day, but I don't remember. And what I do is actually I like it in hot water. So I make some hot water, I put it in there, and it tastes like hot chocolate, which is actually pretty good. And that gives me about 32 grams, 40 grams of protein starting in the morning. I try to get about 200 if I can. The conventional wisdom says 200, 1 gram per weight. I don't weigh 200, I wish I did. And 200 is a lot anyway, so I try to balance and say 200 is pretty good for me. I know these look like a lot of supplements, and some of you are going to say, you're spending a ton of money on supplements. They're not that expensive because they last a long time. I don't always use them, and I don't take them all in the morning. I kind of spread them out too a little bit. I also try to supplement my diet with lots of fruits and vegetables. I do eat meat, chicken, those kinds of things. I eat crap food too. That's what's killing me. I'm trying not to eat crap food, but I do. Love pizza. I just made some French bread pizza last night and ate it like someone was going to take it from me. So anyway, that's what I'm doing here. I am a little concerned because although I feel well, except for these little annoyances, I've been gaining weight and I don't like it. I worked hard to get down to I was about down to 213, and I was feeling pretty good because I hadn't been 213 probably since I was 18. And but I take a corticosteroid, which helps with the nausea, but it also makes you hungry and keeps your weight on and retains water and things like that. So When I always go in there, I could care less about blood counts and things like that, but I get really pissy when they tell me I gained some more weight, and so they kind of back off, but they're funny. The other thing is my white blood count cell is always low, and it's frustrating because there's nothing I can do about it, nothing in my diet, nothing I can do. I just get this shot of Neupogen, which is a good thing. Last thing I'll say is I also appreciate some of the other suggestions and ideas to research and look into to fight cancer. Thanks, Sean Majors, for some of that information. I'm going to continue to look into that and the value of THC. Reiki, I mentioned that. All of a sudden I see 3 or 4 of my friends who either are certified or used it or liked it. So thanks to a guy like Mark Reimer who shared that with me. And I'll keep looking. I believe that you need a comprehensive health plan in order to be well. You can't just, if you have depression, I'm not a big fan of taking meds, but if you take meds, it should be a part of taking D3, it should be part of exercise, it should be part of other things like that. It should be comprehensive. Same thing with cholesterol, those kinds of things. Drugs are not necessarily bad, but they shouldn't be the cure-all to everything, so that's what I try to keep in mind. I need to mention my daughter again. She loves my blogs, and she's been very supportive, and she says, Daddy, will you mention me in your blog again? And I said, sure I will. So last night I forgot. She is wonderful. She's helpful, and she's got a beautiful smile, and she's my only daughter, and that makes her very special. I'm very proud of the fact that I have the children. Most of the time they sleep in this house. I tuck them in. If they get up and they're sick or they have accidents, I take care of them. I rub their backs and put them back to sleep, and those are rewarding things. So life could be a lot worse. Anyways, thank you everybody for the positive feedback. If you have any more questions, I don't know, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, I always, it's not always like peas and carrots around here. Sometimes it's challenging. The video blog has actually helped a lot, and a lot of you support it, and I really appreciate that. So that's what I'm doing, and day 2, the chemo ball's going down. You want to see it real quick? This is a little longer than normally I go, but it'll probably take at least 3 hours to download. But this is it. And again, it's about the size of the tennis ball on day 2. It's going down. It's hooked up. Notice I'm wearing the same clothes yesterday. Hard to take a shower with this, but I promise you I will. That's another part of easing into the day. But it's in my port. My port is right here. I don't know if you can see it. That's my port. It goes to my chest right here, and that's where the medicine goes. I got to keep it in this bag, or I got this other fanny pack around. I'm supposed to keep it in because you don't want to expose to the light, so that's why it's in this dark bag. And even I forget my old pack each time, so I put it in my pocket. So my hands are feeling better now. They're warming up and they feel better, so that's a good thing. All right. Well, you guys all have a great day. Thank you again for all your support. I'm going to try to hit the gym for a while. Relax, maybe do some writing. The house is relatively clean, shockingly, although there's always something to do. You look around, there's always something to clean. Maybe it's not as clean as I thought it was. At least it's all vacuumed. Biscuit gets a lot of dog hair all over. I literally leave the shop vac in the kitchen, and shop vac at least once a day. Black hair everywhere, it looks awful. And then if you don't vacuum in a while, they collect in a little dust bunny. And I got attacked by one about 3 days ago. I was walking by and it bit my foot. So I'm trying to be vigilant on the dog hair. And maybe it's coming from me too. I've lost hair, although it's a lot slower than the dog. Although she looks a lot better than I do, I can tell you that. And she's a lot older than I am too. That's it for today. I wish you all well. Keep the faith. Stay positive. And just reach out to people. Maybe do me a favor. Maybe reach out to someone you haven't reached out to in a while. You'd be surprised the impact it could have on that person. Just knowing